carriage ride's rougher than my donkey cart back home.
A lady descending from her carriage should never act like this.
Not going to puke outside, what? You want me to aim for your mouth?
Man.
You're my real parents now. I mean it.
I am Duke of Jianguo, Song Huaiyuan.
The Duke's search took long enough. 18 years.
Sister, you finally come home. Your parents never stopped thinking of you.
And you are.
I'm Yunro, the daughter father and mother raised here.
My stand-in at Zhengguo Manor for 18 years.
Are you blaming me for that, sister?
I'm stating a fact. Why are you crying? What? Is there something on my face?
There's a proper way to hold your tea.
Are you here to welcome a daughter or to discipline a student?
Me, your mother just wants to look at you.
Fine, look all you want. No charge.
This old servant's hand slipped.
You recognize this?
No, I don't.
Nanny, your incense pouch has a pretty strong smell.
Old and cold prone. I carry spices for warmth.
I thought you were afraid of my jade pendant. What secret is hidden in this jade pendant? Who's there?
Your second brother.
Second brother, what are you doing here?
Don't you find Nanny Chin's behavior today strange? She panicked at your jade pendant. Your disappearance then might be connected to her.
I thought it was suspicious too, which is why I'm going to start my investigation with Nanny Chin.
She knows too much.
The manor may be strained, but its secrets abundant.
What were you doing in the western side yard last night? This old servant was only tidying up some old things. Tidying up by burning letters. Say no more. Your son still works on the estate, doesn't he?
The midwife and the swaddling cloth. Loose ends. This connects to your disappearance back then.
Nanny Chin knows something, and Song Yunro knows a bit as well.
Are you certain?
She used Nanny Chin's son to threaten her.
This isn't something we can settle on suspicion alone.
Then we investigate.
Mind if I come in? No. Is sister still angry with me?
Not angry, just cautious around you.
Sister, I only wish to talk with you.
Talking's fine. Just spare me the lies. How much do you know about the letters Nanny Chi burned?
Miss, she's frail.
Frail, but Kay here. She simply refuses to answer.
You blamed me at once. Yunro doesn't know what she's done to deserve this.
Why are you bullying her?
I'm not bullying her.
Can't you see she's crying her eyes out?
Tears aren't evidence. This was left behind by Nanny Chin when she sent word. It says, the midwife in the swaddling cloth. Loose ends. I'm not here to take her place. I'm here for the truth. To uncover what happened to me 18 years ago. If you want to claim your daughter, do it properly. If you want to keep worshipping your saints, then keep offering incense.
This letter must be investigated.
Jin Glen, dig into it quietly. Nanny Chin is father's.
Nanny Chin is old. If she gets startled.
Are you afraid she'll be frightened or afraid she'll talk?
Yunro, stay out of this. Investigation aside, man needs to learn proper manners.
Perfect timing. I'll ask about the past during etiquette.
First, young miss, posture first. Head straight, shoulders level. Hands must remain perfectly still.
You first. Keep that steady. I have questions for you. 18 years ago, when I was lost, whose courtyard were you serving in?
This old servant is too old. I can't remember clearly.
You forget, but remember my hand position? Who gave you that letter? What was the midwife's surname? So you do know.
Nanny Chin, talk, or I'll dig into your son's past. Trace every coin you've accepted over the years.
A second young master, spare my life.
No one wants your life. Unless someone's afraid of what you might say.
Nanny's had a long day. Second young niece. This old servant said nothing. Jings, if you stay calm, your son stays safe. If you cause chaos, his safety won't be guaranteed either. They're already losing patience on the other side. If the old secrets remain, neither you nor I will survive. Tonight, clear out anything that shouldn't be in the old storehouse.
Midnight fire? Fuel's scarce. Give me that. Back off.
Miss Madam's Jade. Second young miss. Sister, this case.
Ha, what a performance. Let's see if you can keep that act up tomorrow.
Yunro, why did you go to the old storehouse last night?
To investigate what Nanny Chen was burning.
Father, my sister was just being impatient.
Don't rush to defend me. Your turn's coming. You claim I pushed you. Let's reenact it.
Sister, is this ugly spectacle really necessary?
Did you think about what was ugly when you framed me?
Yanro, do as she says.
I was confused last night.
The jade is shattered. You remember me pushing you, but when the reenactment fails, suddenly your memory is faulty?
Yuro, why are you doing this?
Old storehouse. Hidden drawer.
This is the swaddling cloth man was wrapped in at birth. Palace brocade, I trimmed it.
Missing 18 years, keepsake sealed. Registered by Nanny Qing.
I used to think you simply didn't want me.
My lady. She can't be allowed to keep investigating inside this manor, but the Duke and Madame already believe her. Faith? No one here believes. If outsiders don't believe it, his position will crumble. Deliver it there tomorrow. He'll make noise. He'll check the ledgers. He'll overturn every box. Once there, he'll be blind. It's the same fabric.
My adoptive mother said I was wrapped in this when she found me.
Which means you weren't abandoned carelessly. Someone deliberately took you away from the Duke's manor.
Man's mother never wanted to abandon her.
I understand.
Old belongings can prove man's identity, but we still need to investigate. Who took her away back then?
Father is right. Sister's return to the manor is a joyful event. Only if outsiders learn of Duke's manor and Xin had turmoil over old cases, it will also harm Sister's reputation.
So now you're suddenly concerned about my reputation?
The Women's Society invited both manor ladies. If Sister impresses the nobles, gossip will end.
Fine. You've already set the stage. I wouldn't want to be rude. This place eats so few, lady.
The focus of learning is refinement, not being full.
No wonder you all speak so weakly. You're starving.
Students, today's poems, Spring Flowers. First young Miss Song has only written 2 words.
Isn't the topic spring flowers?
This isn't poetry.
I don't know how to compose poetry. Haha. But I can do accounts.
First young Miss Song, a women's academy is not the marketplace. Every word and deed here is observed. Sister's new here, so etiquette's unfamiliar. Everyone, please don't make things difficult for her.
I've touched nothing, and you planned my faults.
Why do you always think the worst of me, sister?
Because you always hand me the blade in advance.
First Miss Song, The academy values ritual, not audits.
I'm no good at rituals, but I can read a ledger. Since you all say the books are untouchable, I'm dying to see what dirty secrets are hidden inside. Today's refreshments. The ledger says 120 osmanthus cakes. 12 people here, 2 cakes each. That's 24. So where did the other 96 fly off to? 2 tales of tribute tea. The ledger shows 10. Poetry or silver swallowing here?
Manager, explain.
Why are you looking at her? Can she make cakes fly?
It was the second young miss. The girl Chen Xing who attends her often came to arrange things, saying the refreshments are all on the Duke's account.
So, it was the Duke of Jingwo paying.
Spending my mother's money to buy your goodwill. You've learned to calculate quite well at this academy.
Sister, I just kept the academy's ties for our family.
By stealing silver from my mother's account?
I'll report all this to Jingwo Manor myself.
You invited me to fail by checking books. To call me rude, but I checked. And the ledgers lost face first.
Must you destroy my reputation, sister?
I didn't ruin you. Your own books did.
$300 Taoists in 3 years.
How could it be so much? Most entries are under the Duke's name, but the credit all falls on the second young miss. Father, mother, I only meant to maintain the academy's relations for the family. I never intended to pocket any silver.
Go on, eat up.
The evidence is practically hand-delivered. Too good to pass up.
Who sent you to handle matters at the Women's Academy?
I acted on my own accord.
A servant girl takes it upon herself to spend 300 taels?
Mother, I failed to discipline her. I'll repay every tael. If the silver came out of my accounts, why didn't you tell me? I was afraid you'd think I was meddling, Mother.
No. You feared Mother would learn you're the one taking credit.
The household accounts that manages. The way turn to your mother. All courtyard matters. Oh, you won't touch until Jinglan finishes her probe. The academy's just the surface. The real trouble is inside the manor.
Even silver notes can leave a trail.
This reward money didn't come from the manor's accounts. There's a hidden mark on the corner from the Pei trading house.
Song Yunro is using my mother's money to buy people's loyalty. And someone outside is adding to her funds.
This is no longer about academy accounts. Someone is using her hand to cost that inside the Dunjogo Manor. Granny Liu in procurement, Granny Wang in Adam's yard, Steward Zhao, the keeper of the old storehouse. They've all taken silver rewards from Song Yunro.
Spending my mother's money to buy her own people. And using an outsider's silver to weave her little web. Who do we investigate first?
Granny Liu. She requested leave for tonight but packed her belongings.
Then let's see her off.
Second young miss sends word. Keep your mouth shut and your son's position will be safe.
I won't say anything.
Where's the ledger page?
You were eager enough to hand over accounts at night.
Sid's midwife, Granny Liu first.
A monk might run, but his temple stays nowhere to hide.
First miss, this servant truly knows not the midwife's whereabouts.
Did I ask? And yet, here you are, confessing unprovoked.
Confess everything.
For years, the second young miss has often had Zhou slip silver to the manor's servants, calling it charity, but truly to mark the second miss's kindness.
And what for?
Spreading tales, spying, reporting each stir in First Madam's court, and whether anyone's been inside the old storehouse.
What about Nanny Jane?
Nanny Qing got the most. I once heard her say she has a long-standing connection with a midwife, a Mrs. Xu. The year second miss turned 10, I recall overhearing. The first young miss wasn't lost back then. Someone took you.
Damn it. Nanny Qing is in danger.
Move! They've just been taken after them.
Locust Lane, a midwife, surname Shu. She knows.
Knows what?
That you weren't lost back then. You were switched. What happened to Nanny Chin?
You ride fast.
Nanny Chin was seized, rescued. She named midwife Shu of Locust Lane. Yanrao, you know of this, Mrs. Su?
Father, I've never heard the name.
Your hand trembled before you shook your head.
Elder sister, I'm simply scared.
The things you fear always seem to turn up with the evidence.
Jingyulan, tomorrow, you'll head to Huaihao Alley, Jinhuang. Tonight, you lock down every courtyard. Confined to a state. Search your quarters. We just left.
Where's that midwife's shoe?
A carriage came for her last night and took her away. Fronty kept screaming and it wasn't her who meant to harm anyone. Someone used her son to force her hand.
What did the carriage look like?
Noble families in the court red courts.
No time. Midwife taken. They'll act next. It'll be to stop me.
Trouble's here. The clan elders have arrived. Earth doubts. Demand ancestral hall inquiry.
Here's my obstruction.
A common name doesn't just get written into the Song family registry.
Wenan is my own flesh and blood.
Trink is forged. Birthmarks not proof.
Oh, and blood can be faked. Dishes can be stitched up. Check if you have some blood.
Such insolence.
Sister, the elders are only concerned with the family honor.
So, house arrest has you marching right into the main hall?
Who allowed you out?
With the elders here, I just feared you might be overmatched, sir.
Feared loss, so served it up first.
Street raised Miss Vulgar in registry. Would only bring shame upon our name.
When thrown away, where was that name? When I was starving outside, hunted, and nearly dying on the road, where was it then? Heather, are the Song family rules meant to shield people? Or I black them out?
3 days. Ancestral hall. Here's case. Insufficient evidence. So men will not be entered into the family records. Not yet.
3 days it is. I'll spend those 3 days finding the midwife. And you'll spend them finding excuses.
Midwife Shu moves south temple. Ships tonight. He woke up once. He called out a tongue.
Who did he call for? Miss, who is Tang? Watch her closely. If she wakes, never again.
Hey, is that? Do not alert them yet.
The midwife is living evidence. Move out. She's inside.
I'll go in first.
You're dressed that fine, you'll walk in like a painted target.
There are guards at the back.
Whose mouth are you trying to shut?
Don't let her know. At Tang.
Yuenang.
She wasn't lost. She was switched.
That's soldiers. Her birth record, crucial pageant.
Duchess Manor, inner court embroidery thread again.
That midwife must be brought to the manor.
A moment later, and she wouldn't have spoken again.
She was drugged and badly frightened. She won't wake tonight.
Will she live? Will she live?
Security must be absolute. Full perimeter guard. Not a single step away. No one gets near her. Elders flip-flopped. Say Shu already with song. The naming inquiry should proceed immediately. Tomorrow at dawn, the ancestral hall opens. No further delay.
Midwife barely saved, yet rushed from 3 days to tomorrow.
They're afraid she'll wake up.
Then it's even more crucial. They keep her alive to talk.
You've been guarding her all afternoon.
If she doesn't wake, they'll use this against me tomorrow.
Her injuries are severe. We cannot rush this.
I'm not rushing her. I'm rushing them.
The ledger incomplete. Old records. Nanny Chin. Incense.
Incense.
Nanny Chin still has something. I'll send men to search.
Don't make it obvious. This manor has more ears than a rat infestation.
Go guard Nanny Chin's quarters. No one enters or leaves. I'll investigate personally. Understood. Why not search now? Check right now. And whoever hit it will know we found out. You're waiting for them to make a move.
Eldest and second young master, this old servant just passed by.
Let her go. You can't catch a fish without letting it bite.
Second young miss, I overheard second young master say, Nanny Chin's old records must be destroyed by dawn. If they truly find those records, my lady, panic, but you're still grounded. The nanny sent by madam is watching just outside the door. I can't get out, but objects can. This is the cold plum incense sent by Madam Pei. Nanny Chin used it. The midwife Xu smelled it too. Now, make sure some Mamon's room carries the same scent. My lady, you mean? Can't burn the records. That only destroys one piece of evidence. Tear out a few pages of those old records. Plant them in some man's room. Have the night watch woman see someone sneaking from her courtyard. But if we're caught... If caught, say you worried and acted on your own. You've been with me all these years. You should know how to ease your master's burdens. Now.
Who's there?
Someone's been making frequent visits with this scent.
The old ledger's been tampered with. Who put it there?
I saw someone leave her yard last night. I couldn't catch up. When I returned, I found the window open.
Did you see their face?
No, nothing.
You didn't see a face, yet you dare claim it was from my courtyard.
My lord, elders wait. And she hides the ledger in her room. The rumor travels faster than the runner.
She's not trying to stop me from going to the ancestral hall.
Then what does she want?
She wants me to walk in there already guilty of theft and forgery.
Then investigate first before you go.
If I don't go, I'm guilty. If I do go, I'm guilty. A trap at the hall. I must not fear it.
Yunro, your grounding hasn't been lifted. Who permitted you to come? Mother, just seeing my sister off today. Nanny was with me the entire time. I haven't broken the rules.
You're not here to see me off. You're here to see where I fall.
So, Mama, before the ancestral hall, how dare you speak such nonsense? And the clan elders.
I acknowledge our ancestors. I don't know you people yet.
Pertinent.
I was stolen away at birth. I wasn't raised by your teachings. If you want to find fault, start with the one who took me.
Sister, the elders are our seniors.
Kneel if you want. I won't.
Mama, whether or not. Those ancestors asked about the identity today, not etiquette. Since we're discussing identity, let's start with this old registry. Someone saw a figure leaving your courtyard last night. Told you registry pages found in your room this morning. Oh man. Just to get your name in the family book, you dare to steal the old registry and fabricate evidence.
Elders, my sister just missed home and aired.
I didn't confess. And you're confessing for me.
Sister, I'm just trying to help you.
Every time you help me, I end up paying in flesh.
The torn pages were found in Madman's room. Man never touched them. They smell of cold plum. The scent is fresh. It's not an odor the old book itself would carry. What does that prove?
The framer has taste perfume stolen book?
Stop playing games.
You mentioned seeing someone leave my courtyard at night?
Yes. During the third watch.
Third watch. I was with midwife Sue, guards, and both my brothers can all testify to this. The person you saw wasn't me. The person you saw, was someone they wanted you to see.
Old archive break and Nanny Chen burned evidence. Yongro pressured due to ledgers and spies. All pointed to her. Now a clue appears. Torn pages materialize in Man's room. Elders blame her, not the planter. So this is the House of Song standard of justice? Their old ledger was here.
Plum blossom incense.
There's powder residue here too. Nanny Chin is old. Incense in her room isn't strange.
Nanny Chin fears the cold and carries an incense pouch. I know that, but this scent isn't hers. The old one's gone. This is fresh.
The ash in the incense burner has been disturbed. Someone came last night, took the old ledger, refilled the incense, then they went to Man's room.
Do you understand now? The ledger ran from here first. Then it ran into my room. He moves faster than I do.
Even if someone was in Nanny Chin's room, that doesn't prove you didn't send it.
If I had a brain that sharp, could you really have caught me red-handed?
The window latch was pried open from the outside. You saw a shadow, why no alarm, old servant?
This old servant was afraid of disturbing the first young miss.
You fear waking me, but not the clan elders.
Sister, now is not the time to interrogate servants. If someone's targeting you, we must dig deeper. But the torn ledger pieces were found in your room. After all, it's not unreasonable for the elders to have their doubts.
What you're saying, turned around, is I didn't plant the evidence, but you can go ahead and take the blame.
Why does sister always imagine the worst of me?
Because every time something bad happens, you're right next to it.
Search Yunru's courtyard.
At the Duchess's shrine, inquiries unfinished. Now a courtyard search.
Father, the proof was in my room. They'd convict me. Now the scent points to her. Suddenly that's escalation?
If searching my courtyard clears my sister's name, so be it. You agrees.
You agreed far too quickly. Makes me a little uneasy.
Father, we must search. If we don't, Man would never wash the stain off her name. Search it.
If it sets my sister's mind at ease, then search.
Hold your horses. I'm not at ease yet.
Cold plum incense.
And the incense burner in Nanny Chin's quarters. The torn pages in my room share the exact same scent.
This incense is common in the capital. It proves nothing.
The incense is common. And the box is common too.
Chinxia, isn't this your doing?
Confess. All of it is you. Stealing the old records. Planting the torn pages. Sabotaging my induction. Killing the midwife. Colluding with masked men. A maid on 1 towel a month. Yet, bolder than an elder.
I only delivered the incense. My mistress just asked who put the box in Nanny Chin's room. She never said fire. She never mentioned stealing records either.
Old records hidden in Nanny Chin's room were taken last night. Torn pages appeared in Man's room. Man's room and Yunzhou's courtyard both had traces of the same cold plum incense. No coincidence.
Father, I truly had no idea Chunxing would do these things. She feared my sister finding account gaps and vented my anger.
Do you buy that?
Lady Yunrou's courtyard had lapses. Keep digging.
My Lord Duke, the evidence is already overwhelming. Yunrou has been in this manner for 18 years, after all.
This matter runs too deep and involves too many. We mustn't act rashly.
If evidence points to me, 1 torn page suffices. But when it points to her, suddenly it's, we mustn't act rashly.
Man, what are you doing?
Going back to the escort agency.
You're abandoning your own mother?
It's not about abandoning anyone. I just wanted to see if anyone in this family actually accepts me.
My Lord Duke, you have these old notices reposted every year. I searched for her for 18 years. Now that she's finally back, I drove her right back out the door with my own hands. I was wrong. Tomorrow's the registration. If anyone objects, let them weigh the Song family's 18-year debt. I'll prepare the register at once. Not just to name every injustice she's endured, and inscribe it right back into the Song family openly and honorably.
Man, don't go.
Mother, it's not that I refuse to acknowledge you. Stay longer and I'll be the burden they whisper of.
Keep the original document here so nothing happens to it on the road.
You know how to play the game.
I just wanted you to know. Not everyone stands on his side. You're really leaving. I'll escort you. The roads aren't safe.
You members of the Song family all have such stubborn pride.
The true daughter's barely back. Why leave already?
Man, stop right there. Where do you think you're going?
Home! I'm not saying this isn't home. I just don't know if this place even wants me. Father, afraid I'll leave? Or are you afraid of what others will say if I go?
Father was wrong. I stuck to rules. You're back now. On what outsiders might think. But I forgot. The one who should have been protected most was you. Open the family records. Today, we will officially write Man's name in with honor. This isn't about proving you deserve the Song name. It's the Song family proving we're still worthy of being your family.
Now that sounds like something a human being would say.
Can't you just cry properly?
I'll cry after I finish scolding you.
Inquiry just ended. Old case pending. Why Russia into records? Inquiry verifies identity. Records claim her as kin. Separate matters. I clarified. Evidence incomplete. Old cloth, jade buckle, mark testimony fragments. Enough to tie her to us. Now hunt the culprit. Block her. It doesn't prove legitimacy.
She is the daughter I carried in my womb for 10 months.
I recognize her as my sister. So do I.
I'm back.
From now, any using her name to block her uses ancestors' face. Our family's own fault.
Miss, the first young miss has been entered into the family records. The marriage contract has fallen to the first young miss. No, that marriage contract was originally mine.
Once this is written, it's final. No erasing it.
Can't be erased. Good. That sets my mind at ease.
Call me fake again. I'll smash this in your face. As long as it crushes people, it works.
Getting into the family registry just means they've acknowledged you. The old case isn't closed. Danny Chin hasn't woken up. Midwife Sue hasn't told us everything yet.
I know. The person who switched me still hasn't been caught. The mastermind behind Song Yunro hasn't shown their face either.
From today on, Yunro's grounding holds. We reinvestigate everyone near her without my and your mother's consent. She is not permitted to leave her courtyard.
She won't just sit around waiting to die. She still has one card left to play. What card? The marriage contract.
Second, miss, madam's orders. Stay in the courtyard today. I know the rules. I won't make mother's life difficult. Madam Pei heard the song's first miss returned home. She sends royal fabric as a gift with a message for you. Say what you came to say right here. Madam says, legitimate daughter returns, marriage contract restored. But some marriage contracts are not blessings, they are curses. Black wind reaches winds, hits the capital. The tallest stand will be the first to be toppled by the storm. My lady, is Madam Pei offering to help you snatch back the marriage contract? She isn't helping me. She wants to use me to drag some men and the Shin family escort agency down into the mud together.
I came for two things. First, congratulate the song's first miss on her return. Second, to re-examine the original marriage contract. The contract names Duke Zhen's legitimate daughter. Now, the legitimate daughter is Song Man.
You sound very rehearsed. I never agreed to marry.
Therefore, I'm not here today to force a marriage. Team Manor never mistakes or coerces. Unpropped pair estate flees. 18 years back, Jing Manor was escorting military grain past Blackwind Ridge. There was an accounting discrepancy en route. The very year the first young miss of the Song family disappeared.
You suspect the two cases are connected.
It's not suspicion. The threads are already locking into place. Nanny Shu dropped half a paygate token. Academy books hide pay silver seals. Now Madam Pei eyes the match.
So she's not afraid I'll marry. She's afraid I'll investigate.
In the Blackwind Ridge military grain case, there's one thing missing. A living ledger who walked out of that supply route.
Who is this living ledger?
Your foster father, Shen Li.
Seems this wind has blown right to my door.
Duke, Pei invites us to their garden party. Pre-banquet. Noble ladies view flowers, new silks. Both young ladies of the manor are invited. Yunro is still grounded. Her punishment isn't lifted.
If she goes, the nanny will not leave her side for an instant.
She sent the blade to our door. We'll take it.
The Duchess's strictness shows her deep love.
Flowers feel the garden, and sweet talk fills the air.
The first Yama song is truly forthright.
If you want to call me crude, just say it. Save your spit.
Show some grace, sister.
You brought guards. I brought words. We're both busy.
The first young miss grew up in a escort agency. Naturally, her perspective differs from a capital city noblewoman's. Master of Shan crossed Blackwind Ridge. That place. 18 years ago, it swallowed army grain supplies and human lives. If Master Shen survived there, he must possess remarkable skills. That year's grain accounts were murky. Someone stole military grain. If it truly ties back to the escort agency, convenient twist for the first miss, right?
Flowers to military grain. Quite a detour.
Worried she's fooled by false kin. Gratitude weighs heavy. If her foster father's past is tainted, plan ahead.
My foster father's integrity won't be decided by your wagging tongue.
Then invite him to the capital to clear the air.
I was hoping he'd come anyway. When he does, don't you dare hide. Why are you here?
This banquet serves knives, not flowers.
Rumors are already spreading outside. Shen Li stole grain at Blackwind Ridge and picked you up just to use you as a shield. Man.
Slander me all you want, but slander my father? Over my dead body.
Man Pei is determined to force Shen Li into the capital. There will be an ambush on the road.
Then let him come. Bring the accounts and the man. You're not afraid? What good does fear do? They've already pointed their blades at the escort agency. I can't just hide in Jungle Manor, stuffing my face with pastries.
The letter can't just ask Master Shen to come to the capital. Tell him to bring the original grain shipment ledger from that year.
I'll send men to escort him along the way.
Shen Li raised you for 18 years. If he comes to the capital, Bongguo Manor will protect him.
Aren't you afraid of people saying he abducted your daughter?
The real kidnapper isn't in the escort agency, is in the capital.
Then we'll trace it to the very heart of the capital.
The letter hasn't even left yet, and the Pei estate already knows.
Even better if they know. I want to see just how big a blade they dare unsheath on the road.
18 years ago, military grain vanished at Blackwind Ridge. Shen Li's agency became filthy rich overnight, and he picked up a baby girl. What a coincidence, everyone. Unless, could first young Miss Song's identity be flawed too? If Shen Li really did embezzle that grain, then all these years she's been living off stolen military rations. That's slandering your foster father.
Beating one storyteller is useless. His mouth is his own, but the purse is in someone else's hands. Keep talking. Who fed you those lines? Where did you get the payment? Speak clearly, and the silver is yours too. Quite neat handwriting.
I'm paid to do a job. It came from Pei Estate's outer steward. Take him back to the manor. Targeting Pei as stud, they're forcing us into chaos. If Shenguo Manor severs ties with Shen Lai to save face, Man will be heartbroken. If we protect Shen Li, instead we'll blame Jungle Manor for the Blackwind Ridge grain case.
Had escort Shen raised you, he is our benefactor.
Put the word out. When Shen Li enters the capital, Zhengguo Manor's main gates will be thrown open to welcome him.
You really don't mind that he's just a bodyguard?
I mind that I failed to protect you 18 years ago. I don't mind the man who protected you.
Shen Li enters the capital by the southern route. 3 danger zones ahead. Pei Estate likely strikes at Greenslope Pass.
I'm going to meet him.
No, it's too dangerous.
He is my father.
And he's our family's benefactor. Let Xingheng go with Prince Xiao. You are forbidden from acting alone.
Fine, I'll do as you say, mother.
My lady, the guards outside are tight.
The royal banquet is approaching.
Some Meng's outfit will humiliate her first. As for Shen Li's ledger, someone will handle it on the road. Madame Pei is striking from both sides. She wants some men to lose face in the palace. And she wants Shen Li silenced on the road. Then what do we do?
Isn't it obvious?
We let some man die her first death inside the palace. This threat dissolves in water. At the royal banquet, in public view, she'll be disgraced. How can she save her adoptive father then? Weave in to paste fabric for the embroidery room. They know fabric, not thread origin. If they trace it back to me, then you acted out of pity for me and made this decision on your own.
This dress looks expensive. Can I run in it?
First, the young miss, why do you ask?
There's a chase in the palace. I don't want my skirt to trip me up.
Something's wrong with this thread.
I know nothing. They said it's from Pei Estates, a fabric supply.
They claimed it's the new fine thread from the palace.
They fear I'll outshine at the palace and want my dress ruined. I'm not changing.
Have you lost your mind?
The trap's already set. It'd be a shame not to see them spring it.
You want to turn their own scheme against them?
Replace the thread with a real one. Leave a bit of the old. Have mother send a nanny to watch for anyone throwing water.
The embroidery room's quiet. First miss likely hasn't noticed.
Second, Miss, Madam asks if you will attend tomorrow's royal banquet.
If I go, this old servant will be your shadow.
Mother dotes on me.
I shall naturally do as she suggests.
They think watching me is enough. The people in the palace don't just take orders from me.
The palace maid has already been paid off.
Pull the tea, fake the tug, hide loose threads in her sleeve. The moment some man's dress whips, who'd trust her claims? What if it traces back to us?
They'll only trace it back to your incense pouch.
Sister, that dress fits you perfectly today.
When you compliment my clothes, I start to feel uneasy. The tea is piping hot, and the dress is quite sturdy.
What is this?
You wanted my dress torn, but it's your nerve that snapped.
Your Highness, this incense pouch was in the maid's sleeve.
Its fragrance is remarkably similar to the cool scent commonly used by second youngest song's maid, Chong Xin.
Your Highness, I know nothing of this.
How did Chong Xing's item end up with the palace maid? I'm just as confused as you are.
You act confused, yet your hand's always in the mischief.
Find first young Miss Song. The palace is not the Duke's manor. You need evidence for your accusations.
The evidence will come. For now, let's give the fabric some air.
Where did that old cloth on you come from?
It's a corner torn from his old swaddling cloth.
Bring it closer so I can see.
Cloth brocade. The palace gave to Duchess Zhengguo 18 years ago.
Imperial Weaving Bureau's double thread plume impossible to fake. After childbirth, the palace did gift me cloud brocade. I stitched Min's swaddling cloth with my own 2 hands. You've suffered greatly all these years.
Suffered a bit, sure, but at least I never missed a meal.
Madame Pei demanded evidence just moments ago. Does this not count as evidence now? An old ledger. It proves the girl has ties to the Zhengguo manor, but it doesn't prove she is necessarily the Duchess's natural daughter. 18 years have passed. Hearts change. Old relics can pass through many hands. Sister's registry, and happy for her. But rumors demand a blood test to confirm kinship.
Would silence every wagging tongue for good.
The dress held up, so now you pivot to blood tests.
Sister, I'm only trying to help you.
The Song name can't bear more gossip. We ministers also formally request a kinship test.
Fine. Palace provides water, bowl, needle, midwives. No outsiders may interfere.
Madame Pei agreed far too quickly. That means she already has her people in place.
The water is from the palace, but the people can still be hers.
Among the palace midwives summoned for the test, one of them get her family debts. Notes from the pay account.
That one, the midwife in gray, her family name is Ma.
Tomorrow, water, people, money.
Blood dispersing powder, colorless, odorless, in water. If the blood doesn't merge, no amount of some man's old trinkets can save her.
If the palace investigates,
Deaths or lives pays.
keep Song Man tangled up in the palace.
Soft Shen lie on the road. Cut both threads.
And the Duke's manor is left with nothing but a pile of old rags.
Shenli has already entered Greenslow Pass.
Make him vanish and take that ledger with him. Sister, you're safe now.
Outsiders wounding me is their affair. You handing them the knife, that's yours.
The blood doesn't merge.
How is this possible? Sister, what did you?
My daughter, I'll claim her.
No tears. I'll take the water.
Blood dispersing powder in water makes blood scatter without merging.
Seize her. Your Highness, mercy, someone gave this slave silver. Silver notes from the Pei family bank. I still have some at home.
Your family bank gets around. Busy with the Women's Academy. Busy with midwives. Busy with test water, too.
Fetch fresh water. New bowls, new needles. We test again. Meng.
This time, the blood claims me.
Probe the midwife. One note. Hardly proves the Pei household gave the order.
Relax. Not via water. I just wanted to strip away one more of her escape routes.
Find a Tang for me. Find her.
Who's a Tang?
The woman who took you away as an infant. She's also Song Yunro's biological mother. She's hiding in a paper shop west of the city with half a jade clasp. It can prove which child was swapped.
Finally, her real mother gets to make an entrance.
You actually came back.
So, you are Aang.
I am a sinner. 18 years ago, I was a servant at Pei Estate. Madame Pei took me in. She said if I took the Duke's legitimate daughter away, my own daughter could enter Jingguo Manor and live a life of luxury.
Your daughter was Song Yunro?
Her original name was Tang Ro. I gave birth to her. I was blinded by greed. I swapped her for you.
Why did Madame Pei want the swap?
All I know is she wanted to plant a pot inside Jingguo Manor. Later, I overheard the steward mention military grain at Blackwind Ridge. And Jing Manor. I was terrified, so I hid this half-clasp as proof.
The baby swap and the military grain case really are connected.
You ruined 18 years of my life. Say it all in open court.
I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Ruler. I don't know you.
Won't even acknowledge your own mother. How humiliating for her.
Sister, you'd hire a mad woman to slander me just to drive me away? This is the baby garment I stitched when you were born. You have a crimson birthmark behind your left shoulder.
Have 92 verify it.
The second miss does have a crimson birthmark behind her left shoulder. I didn't know anything. I was just a baby too. I was just a hunt, manipulated by everyone.
You didn't know as a child, but when you grew up, what about Nanny Chin, the midwife Sue, the birthing registry, the academy ledgers, the palace tested garments, and the water tests? You knew nothing about any of that?
Your Grace, a servant from the Pei estate requests an audience. Madame Pei has already filed a petition with Her Majesty, the Empress. She requests a royal judgment on 8 times false accusations. Palace summons the Song sisters to appear at court tomorrow for a confrontation.
She's finally rattled.
I'm going with you tomorrow.
I'll visit the Pei estate as well. If she intends to cut her losses, the palace will be the last layer she plans to shed.
Don't cry yet, knives still in hand.
18 years old, Madame Pei ordered me. She gave me silver notes. Swapped my daughter. Abandoned first miss. A criminal fabricates to escape.
She can't forge a monk's jade clasp.
Then retrieve and note bear Pei marks. These material proofs show, at the very least, that Atang did have some transaction with the Pei estate back then.
Pei estate gives those out often. There are plenty. It doesn't prove I ordered this swap.
Rest assured. I never expected you to confess on the first try. Midwife Sue was attacked the moment she woke. The person who took her dropped half a Pei estate bronze token. Dowager holds secret stamp. At banquet, the thread listening girl used Song Yunro's personal incense pouch. Midwife's home had Pei silver notes. The Pei estate has been terribly busy, and you expect me to believe you knew nothing?
Pei's wisdom
One might misuse the name. Your Majesty and the young lady herself was surely deceived. It potentially is flesh and blood. Her mother was the greedy one, not Madame Pei. Ria, don't call me that anymore. I'm not the daughter you raised.
You always knew how to pick a mother. Poor cast aside. Rich protected.
The tongue and midwife Shu are both connected to old cases. Witnesses are held in the inner court for safety. They'll testify when the capital magistrate court convenes. The Black Windridge grain ledger will be investigated with them.
Shenli is already on his way here. Shadow guards from Jin Manor will be there to escort him.
The heir certainly is taking Miss Song's affairs to heart.
Discuss marriage later. These old cases can't wait.
Evidence is sealed. Touching witnesses is treason. I understand.
A Tang and midwife Shu are inside, untouchable for now.
Then we deal with Shenli.
He may have shadow guards from Jin Manor with him.
The ledger matters more. If he lives, that book must not arrive.
If Shen Lai talks, a forged detour order from that year will come to light.
So he can't talk. Can't kill him on the road. Twist his words in the capital. I'll make sure Shen Lai is no longer a witness, but a criminal who embezzled the military's grain.
Keep the ledger here, spare his family. Wanted? Take a life first.
A knife in the back. Something you learned at the Pei estate?
Man. The ledger and the man are both here.
Captain Shen, thank you for raising my lady man.
You honor me too much, my lord. She's my daughter. I raised her. Not for thanks. She is my daughter. The Duke's debts will be repaid. How are you treated here?
The food's not as plentiful as at the escort agency, and the people are a bit more complicated.
No, she needs food to think.
From now on, the kitchen will match the escort agency's portions.
18 years ago, I guarded grain to Black Windridge, ordered to hand cards at Tassantine Manor. But a pay seal diverted us midway.
That year, Jin Manor received a false ledger showing a grain shortage.
He accused us of theft.
A housewife can't touch a military grain.
She managed Pei's ledgers then. Her brother oversaw supplies. She couldn't alter orders, but she could swap records and hide goods.
Records show 30 cards rerouted here. The receiver had a left brow scar, half masked. The old wound on his left cheek was deep.
Pei the steward has that scar. Make him bare his head in court.
Madame said, if Atian and midwife Xu ever testify, the second young miss will not escape implication. Pawns exist to be used.
She wants me to produce a witness.
Witnesses move to Capital Court under guard tomorrow. Their route will pass the West Quarter Gate. Justin just needs to deliver the drug to the matron escorting them. Atian and midwife Xu will never reach the courtroom.
Then good gods. She'd bribe them?
Madam also said Zheng Lin's ledger has already reached the capital. If second miss won't act, we'll rot in jail.
What do we do, my lady? She never intended to protect me.
She even dares to corrupt the internal court's guards. She's setting me up to take the fall for her.
My lady, they're still waiting for the drug at the West Corner Gate.
No, she wants me executed for treason.
I refuse to be her weapon. He wants to hold leverage over me, so I'll grab him by the throat.
Duke, this is from that year. Shen Lai secretly wrote to the bandit chief of Black Windridge.
The letter spells it all splitting grain money, hiding a baby girl.
Oh shit.
A brute's rage proves nothing.
A nobleman's rigours don't prove his nobility either.
Why is first young Miss Song so anxious? If Shen Li is innocent, the court will clear him. If he's guilty, your identity as his raised duke's daughter needs re-examination too.
Man's identity has already been verified.
They checked the blood, not the heart. Who knows what Shen Li taught her all those years?
He taught me to eat and fight, not forge letters. On that account, he's beneath you.
Your Grace, her courtyard yielded old Pei state envelopes and several burned paper fragments. We've brought them for the hearing.
Those are just outer envelopes and burned scraps, not the full letter. She's still holding the unambiguous originals.
Song Yunro is not from the Pei estate.
I know nothing of what she's saying, Your Honor.
An impostor of unknown origins, like the madam.
Dragging the Pei name to save herself wouldn't surprise me.
You hear that? The noble lady you've been protecting all this time just threw you into the ditch first.
She's holding something back.
Let her decide for herself when to bring it out.
The paper is old, but the ink isn't nearly old enough.
The heir apparent now judges cases by eyesight alone.
Not by eyesight, by people.
This man delivered a letter in Pei Estate's alley last night. The Jin Manor's covert guards intercepted him. He confessed that Pei Estate plans to burn a batch of old accounting books tonight.
So the madam rushed here today, hoping to first pin the fake letter on my foster father, and then use the cover of night to burn the real ledgers.
Slandering an official's family costs you, Miss Song.
I can afford it. Can you?
The secret passage behind Pei Estate leads to the warehouse. They'll use it for the books.
I'll take man. Me too. I know this guard man.
Father, your wound hasn't healed yet.
I've held this ledger 18 years. Finally shedding that weight. I won't be hiding in the damn kitchen.
Fine. But you'll stand behind me.
I am your father.
Even a wounded father waits in line.
Seize the ledgers tonight. Face them in courts tomorrow.
Madam Pei wants to burn her last loose end. Then we'll rip that tail out by the root.
Madame's orders burn every last page. The old ox cart driver poisons the liver. Seize him. Remove his hat.
Blink to live. Know where Blackwind grain carts went.
Incense poison to silence a witness. A Pei Estate specialty.
Can he be saved?
Poison had barely touched him. He'll live till tomorrow. We have Shenai and the old pay cart driver. Half a private ledger. That's enough to open court tomorrow.
Wait. Someone must confess where those carts went.
Woody carts to the Blackwind Ridge, stored at Pei's warehouse. Jim Manor's grain reports Pei didn't just swap my daughter. They used Duke's Manor to plant a pawn, hide the theft. I'll carry this black mark for 18 years.
Madam Pei won't admit the swap fears exposing the theft. She isn't protecting Song Yunro. She's protecting herself.
The capital magistrate opens court tomorrow.
Madam Pei will use that forged letter to target Shenli.
Then we let her take that bite. The harder she bites, the harder she falls.
My lady, P's ledger stolen. The steward was seen.
My lady, you must expose them publicly. If I don't act, Madam Pei blames me tomorrow. That everything was orchestrated by me and Tang. But if you reveal it, you won't escape implication either.
If I can't escape, I refuse to die alone.
Sang Man wants to watch me make a choice. Then I'll let her see. Even a pawn can draw blood. My lord, this letter is conclusive proof. Shenli conspired with the bandit chieftain of Blackwind Ridge.
They stole grain and hit a Duke's Manor girl.
Sang Man's ID is confirmed by the manor, but her criminal adoptive father means she makes leave the case.
I never wrote this.
You say you didn't. Doesn't make it so.
Would never write such sentimental nonsense.
This is a court of law. No frivolous statements.
I'll present evidence. Shanli was the head escort. They just needed only a thumbprint. If he wanted to steal the grain, he wouldn't have left behind a stupid piece of evidence with his name written 3 times.
Please compare them, Your Honor. Intercepted in the back alley of the Pei Estate last night. 30 carts diverted to Pei.
Half-burned scrap? Prove it's real.
Then let's have the Pei Estate steward remove his hat.
He took grain at Blackwind 18 years ago. It's him. This humble man has never even met Shanli.
Then how did this token from the Pei external warehouse end up found on the murdered cart driver?
No, this steward. You did then. He hijacked grain for Pei.
Poisoned mind. Words inadmissible.
Madam, rest assured, his word alone isn't enough. Shinli's ledgers and burned accounts. the pay external warehouse token, and the steward's scar. If that's still not enough for you, I will continue to lay out the...
Truth. I just followed orders. Grain, move to pay, then out. Switching the baby was Madam's order. All to bury the military grain scandal at the Duke's manor.
Your Honor, this lady has more to say. The true mastermind behind the baby switch is not the pay estate. It was a Tan and Song Yunro. Song lived in luxury for years. Fear of true heir set traps. This lady was merely deceived by that mother and daughter pair. Nanny Qing was taken to the magistrate's side room. They're waiting for her to wake so she can be brought into the palace. He killed him. He's the one who ruined everyone. It was a 10, so I could live in luxury at Zhangguo Manor. She swapped the sister and blackmailed Madame Pei. She forced Madame Pei to cover it up for her. Robert, I'm guilty, but I never blackmailed Madame Pei with forced money on me. I refused.
Tang planned it? Then, who fixed the academy books? Who set the banquet trap? Who tampered with the blood test? Who stole Nanny Qing's old delivery room records? Like Tang spent 18 years hiding in that funeral shop. For her reach to be this long, you're not innocent. You know more than anyone else here. You panicked only when Madame Pei dumped you.
What crime did I commit? I spent 18 years in Zhangguo Manor. They loved me. The second she came back, everyone changed. The contract, mother, brother saw mine.
So you tried to ruin me, again and again?
I feared you'd return and leave me with nothing.
What you're terrified of losing are things you stole.
Judge, she confessed. The swap was her mother's ploy.
You hear that? She's not saving you. She's nailing you to the cross.
I've got letters, accounts, and torn records. The banquet and midwife were ordered by Pei Estate. Madame Pei said, as long as I kept Song and them busy, I'd keep the contract and Rengguo Manor.
The watermark matches Pei Estate's inner seal and matches the allegers. One letter mentioned fixing the garment before Shenri arrived. But that was well before the royal banquet.
Jin Manor spies intercepted a pay servant. He confirms it. His letters were sent from the back alley of Pei Estate.
What do you have to say for yourself, Madam Pei?
A woman like me can't commandeer military grain.
Whether you could or not, our next witness will tell us.
Madam Qing, remember the swap child case 18 years ago? I remember. This old servant accepted banknotes from Pei Estate. I also took a incense pouch and Song. Inside the pouch, there was a hidden note. He threatened my son to keep that secret. It was Madame Pei who sent the tangers to hide the swaddling clothes. Later, when Song Yunro grew up and learned she was not of Zhongguo blood, she used me to destroy evidence. Nanny Qing's too sick to travel. Can't move her. Her testimony is with the inner court. Seals sent to the prefectural court for reading. I am willing to stake my life on this testimony. Empress's order. Midwife Shu is protected. She'll testify today. Nanny Qing's poisoning left her weak. Can't move her. Testimony sealed. Can't move her. Testimony recorded and sealed after she woke. 18 years ago, it was Madame Pei who ordered Tangers to kidnap the Duke's legitimate daughter and swap her with the Tangers' own child. The Pei steward tore out my birthing record page. You're all bought off by Zhangguo Manor. Madame Pei bribed the guards and planted a mole within Zhangguo Manor to cover up the Blackwind Ridge grain scandal. When Song Yunro grew up and learned the truth, she exploited the old case to destroy Song Mennan.
The old cloth proves I was taken from Zhangguo Manor. The jade clasp and the Tang's words prove I was switched. Midwife Shu and Nanny Qin prove who did the swapping. The badge, cash, and letters expose the cover-up.
Shen Li's grain shipment ledger, Pei Estate's private accounts.
The steward with the scarred brow, the Pei Estate's warehouse tags, all prove where the Blackwind Ridge grain ended up. You wove quite the web, madam. But you forgot the larger the web, the more holes it has.
If Jean Manor hadn't kept digging into Blackwind Ridge, and if Zombie hadn't come back alive, none of this would have ever come to light.
配是 confess.
The court has heard everything.
Madam Pei, swap, destroy, kill. She forged letters, grain case. Case vast, bill evidence. We will submit an urgent petition for a 3-judge review.
Useless pawn.
Song Yunro, knowing the truth, schemed to steal the ledger. Destroyed, framed, sabotaged, detained. Chunxin's steward of Pei Estate and the man in black. Midwife accomplice, arrest all.
Where? It's your mother who ruined you.
Tang confessed willingly and has turned witness for the old case. Separate custody. Await verdict.
Are you satisfied now?
No, I'm not. 18 years. I can't get them back.
The blame I'd carried for 18 years is finally lifted.
The blame is gone, but the person needs healing.
Brother Shen, songs thanks. Bowing, you capital folk make my skin crawl when you bow.
You won.
Not yet. I've only just taken back a sliver of what was stolen from me.
The escort master didn't bully our man, did he?
He did a few days ago, but he's turned over a new leaf.
When did I ever bully you?
Day one, you scolded me.
So this is where she grew up. It's poor, sure, but plenty of food on the table. That's what matters.
Did you hear that? The key word is food.
And from now on, Django Manor will have plenty too.
She was tiny, clinging for life. Hit me the moment I tried to take it, Dad.
We can skip that part.
I missed 18 years of his life.
You never abandoned him, and he didn't live in vain. That child is tough as nails and just as stubborn. Man can return any time. The Shen family isn't her past, it's her home.
She doesn't have to choose between her two families.
You're saying all this behind my back so beautifully? You're going to make me cry.
Laugh and I'll flatten them.
Here, eat more. You've cried too much. You need it.
Brother Shan, if man errs in the future, you may discipline her. She rarely errs. Others cross her far more often.
Now that's what I like to hear.
No wonder you turned out like this, growing up around. You have a problem with that?
This is actually quite nice.
Not again.
Grain case sent for review. Pei Estate's other warehouses have been sealed.
Madam Pei and guard jailed.
All accomplices in the case are also in custody. Today, I'm here solely to discuss the marriage contract.
The son, Yura, has been formally expelled from the Song lineage. She awaits trial under her birth name, Tang Ru. The accomplices from Chung County are also detained.
The name's been returned, but the debt's not yet paid.
The prosecution will continue. The old case will be buried again.
Are you here to break the engagement?
I'll wait or adjust for you.
The Duke's decree back then confirmed the status, not you as a person. So now I want to ask again, and I'm asking Song Man, not the legitimate daughter of the Song family.
I have plenty of flaws. I eat much, speak blunt, learn slow.
I know.
I claim both homes.
I know that too.
And you still dare to wait, Blackwind Ridge?
I've already waited 18 years.
Think carefully.
I'll hold it, prove yourself.
If you fall short, I'll break it for you.
Rest assured, big brother.
Who's your big brother?
You might be someday.
Looks like the new Jungle Manor is rolling in gold.
You said there'd be plenty of food.
Let's change you one rule in this house. The first miss gets full meals, a century-old rule. Zhu went to buy a bowl of rice.
Talk less, eat more. Build up your strength.
Since she returned, the manor's been much livelier. Not just lively, it feels like a home. I made some new dried meat for you.
Father knows me best.
Dongmei, will you keep jumping out of the sedan chair?
Depends if the ride's steady. If not, I'll jump again.
Ancestral terror.
Manners, ancestral terror, endless food.